We need a little darkness to appreciate the light.
We've all thought about it. You know what I'm talking about. Doesn't matter if you're male or female, old or young, married or single, gay or straight, God-fearing or atheist. You've thought about it, same as I have. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not alone. My doctor promises me that most people think about it. Not just me. Go ahead, admit it. I thought about it last night. Making a quick late night stop at the convenience store for the standard beer and cigarettes. I was a little short on paper cash, and the plastic in my wallet had already been stretched to its limit. So I had to swallow my pride and pay in change. I save my change, you know. It comes in handy. Times like these. And so there I was, paying, you understand. My money's as good as anyone's. I didn't cut the line. I was in front of that corpulent, impatient piece of shit fair and square. I counted my quarters and nickels and dimes and pennies as quickly as I could. Accuracy first. Then I heard him sigh. Then I heard him swear under his breath. And then the asshole said, plain as day and for everyone to hear, couldn't you at least have rolled that fucking shit before you got here, douchebag? I did not answer him. I paid and left with my things, but when I was alone in the parking lot, I thought about pulling the tire iron out from my trunk and caving his head in with it. His car was the only other one here. Parked off to the side and in the dark, I could have splashed his gray matter 3 feet wide and an inch thick on the asphalt before he had so much as a chance to gorge himself on that spicy bite chili dog his fat ass didn't need. I'm so relieved I only thought about it. Would have been so much cleanup if I'd have done that. And I'm not as young as I used to be. I might have been killed in the trying. I don't want to go that way. I thought about it again this morning. I had to go in for a job interview at 6 when it was still dark out. The stupid high school principal wanted it done before the staff and students came. Custodial work. A position for after hours and weekends when there wouldn't be kids. All because of some stupid bullshit that happened more than 10 years ago. I'm not getting into it. I paid my dues. I paid hard. Now I need a damn job, that's all. One with benefits, gotta cover the doctor and all that. You know how it is. My ancient, wrinkly-assed uncle told me not to sound desperate. He said it was more important they felt like they needed me, not that I needed them. But that principal, she just had to know how important this was. I admit, it was most of what I talked about, but I promised I'd do my best. Not like at the shoe store. I knew better than to pull any of that dumb shit again. But I also recognized the line she came at me with. "We'll call you," she said. Yeah, right. I've heard that monkey piss before. And yeah, I thought about it then too. There was a letter opener on her desk. There was a heavy-duty pair of scissors. I could reach over and take that letter opener or those scissors. No difference, same effect, and I could hack her face off with them. Starting with the eyes, one at a time, before smashing her teeth out after she was already dead. Just for my own personal satisfaction. All I had to do was make the decision, lean over the desk and do it. There wasn't anyone else in the office. I could make it out of the building before the rest of the custodial staff figured out what happened. The front office was right by the entrance. I'm sure am glad I didn't give in to the temptation. The consequences would have been unimaginable. I'd definitely get caught. More I considered it, I'm no good at getting away with things. I'm on certain medications. The doctor says these are necessary for me if I want to be able to function in society. I have antidepressants, antipsychotics, and a little yellow pill for my mood, for my temperament. I take that one in the morning, 8 o'clock sharp. Fucks a bit with the old memory, but what can a poor man do? Follow a doctor's orders, that's what. Just like my mother always said. Right around 10 o'clock in the a.m., it was time to visit that cantankerous, sanctimonious, denture-chewing, diaper-wearing, wheelchair-riding, oxygen-sucking, swallowed-up bundle of inadvertent flatulence that is my only living relative, my uncle. I needed money. He had money. He had advice, too, as always, but I didn't need any of that. I needed the fucking rent. That was all. I was trying. I'd gone on that goddamn interview. I told him I was doing my best, but it wasn't enough, of course. Hadn't been since my parents passed. It wasn't enough to try. I had to obey, even now, even at 57 fucking years old. Told me he'd have me begging the government for unemployment if I didn't do as I was told. And I can't do that. Daddy would turn over in his grave if I did that. Couldn't help but think about it then. I'm certain you understand. We were in the kitchen. The door to the basement was less than 10 feet away. First, I'd unhook his oxygen. Then I'd roll his complaining and bitchin' old bones straight down the stairs, wheelchair and all. Throw the oxygen in after, still on, and hissing his imminent and long overdue demise. Fuck that old blower of squirrel meat. I'd send his own lit Zippo straight after him and listen to his skin roast. Sure is a good thing I didn't do it. I doubt if I'm in his will. He's probably got it all earmarked for charity or some such twaddle. And he's family. A man doesn't kill his own family. There's no justifying that. No matter what. I'm not a religious man, but I'd take a fair bet you'd go to hell for that. I paid the rent at 11:30. I cracked a beer and sat down to some Price is Right and my afternoon pills. I don't have an appointment with the doctor today. I could take it easy. I like the way the beer fucked with my pills and the way that together they fucked with my head. They made life easier, less complicated. And what do you know? Local news cut in on my carefully planned, nationally syndicated game show watching. It was now noon, after all, and I do live in a very small town. 3 murders is a big deal here, a real big deal. Couldn't hardly stay awake to catch the details, though. 3 murders, I thought, all in a day. That's gotta be just one person. Someone got right fed up. Someone, I mused, who does more than just think about it.